Khan. Hey, shalom, shalom. We are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It's our heart's prayer desire to the Most High that all Israel be saved. We are here teaching the Bible and what it says. Excuse me, sir. What'd you say?
What's playing here today?
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right. So we know what's playing. It doesn't matter. So we are here to teach the Bible, right? And we want to deal with a couple of things, right? We got a lot of our people who are more concerned with saving these other nations. So there's a systematic way that the Lord has already prescribed this. Let's get Ecclesiastes 3:1 real quick. Everything has a time and a place and a purpose under heaven, right? So there is going to be a time where the other nations will be able to serve the Lord. But that is not right now. That is not this time period. Read that.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
God, you see that? So there's even a time for the other nations for every need to bow. Because that scripture can't come true if the other nations don't bow and serve the Lord. But there's a context to that. So that's what we're going to look at, okay? Let me get Genesis 1 and 28, and then you get Micah 4. All right? Because we actually have a purpose out here. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, we have a purpose, and everything we do works towards that purpose. The Bible says that, says all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord, man. All right? So we're just out here trying to call to our people primarily first, and we're going to get to that too. But the other nations, they have a plate. They have a role to play. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 28. And Yahweh blessed them, and Yahweh said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
Hey, so look, as we see here, now we understand this story to be a similitude or a dark saying, right? Or a parable. Like, this is not one man naked walking through a garden. This is a similitude of the chosen people of the Most High God being put in control of all the other people groups. That's what those other nations are. So when the Lord came to Adam, or his chosen group of people, he said, subdue the earth. That's the purpose of the Israelites in the earth, man. We're supposed to subdue this earth. We're supposed to have our people in their proper positions, serving the Lord, and they're supposed to have the nations under them in their proper positions, serving the Lord. All right? Let's jump down to Genesis 22 and 17, right? Because the Lord told Abraham something very similar to what he told Adam.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 17. Salaki.
Hey, brother, you got 5 minutes? All right, brother, I don't know what's going on. Go ahead. Can't even figure out how to turn it in.
Or what to say.
All right.
This
I'm
book is
weird.
Weird as I don't know what. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 22, verse 17. That in blessing I will bless thee. Right. Almost spent out. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 22, and verse 17.
Come on.
That in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore. And thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies.
Okay, so the Lord told Abraham what? He said, your seed is going to possess the gate of his enemies.
That's right.
As we bring out a lot of the time, that creates two groups of people. That creates a ruling class and a lower class, right? And Deuteronomy 7 and 6 told us who the ruling class was, because Israel's supposed to be the nation above all all nations. Read verse 18 as well.
It's verse 18. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice.
You see that? And it's the exact same thing that we hear when we get to Deuteronomy chapter 28, where Moses tells the people, if you obey the Lord, you're going to be the head, not the tail, man. Right? So this is exactly what the Bible is teaching. Now, let's continue to answer this question. What would you say is the proper judgment if a heathen wants to serve the Lord today? They walk up to you right now, I want to join the camp. What's the proper judgment, right? Read Micah 4 and 1, because there's a designated time for everything.
This is Micah 4 and 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass.
Hold up. In what time period?
In the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord, shall be established in the top of the mountains.
Hey, you see that? In the last days, our government will be exalted above the other governments. Come on.
And it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it.
All right. So guess what? The other people are going to flow unto us. You don't see that today, right? The so-called Jewish man got his synagogues and whatnot, and don't nobody come to him to learn the Bible. Nobody. The Christians got their own churches. Them Jehovah's Witnesses got their own churches. So we know that this is not, number one, they not the people that Micah is talking about. All right. Number two, this is an end time prophecy. The Lord said that in the last days, the mountain of the Lord's house will be established above all the other mountains. So why are people coming to you today saying that they want to serve with you? Very interesting. Let's get Sirach 12 and 10. Right? You got to beware of your enemies, man. They crafty. And when they move against the will of the Most High and against prophecy, you know it's a snake in the grass. All right? It's really that easy. So if you want to serve the Lord, do it over there. All right? But as for us, we're going to protect our families. We're going to protect the women who come to worship with us. And that's what we're going to do. All right? Read that.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 9.
Come on.
With my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn the righteousness.
Hey, are the Lord's judgments in the earth right now? La'ah. The Lord's judgments are not in the earth right now. So that's how we know that the inhabitants of the world are not going to learn righteousness, which means that they not going to come to the house of the Lord seeking to serve him.
That's right.
That's not going to happen right now, according to prophecy and according to scripture. Right? So when these people call in, hey, man, you know, I don't know, man. I feel like these other nations can serve the Lord too. Y'all got to keep it in perspective. What time period is that prophecy that you referencing coming from? Right. It's always an end time prophecy. Isaiah chapter 56, that's an end time prophecy. Right. All right? Read this. This verse right here applies for all time.
This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he... You want me to keep going?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, brother? Hey, you believe in the Bible? You got a couple of minutes to talk about the Bible? All right. So, yeah. Right. Hey, our people ain't never got time. Bro, ready for the floor. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
God, you can explain that.
So it means, all right, so the scriptures say, though he humble himself, right? So that means though he sympathizes with the plight that we're going through in our communities. He understands that slavery was a bad thing. He tries to assimilate into us and sympathize with us. The scriptures say that take good heed of him, to beware of him, because it's a lie. That's what the
that's right.
That's what it means when it says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. That means all of the facade and the smoke and mirrors of the witchcraft that he's trying to place on you and present to you will be wiped away. You'll see him for who he truly is, which is the damn devil that the Bible speaks of.
Hey, that's right. And that's always going to come to pass, like the brother said. They're going to come with sweet words. They're going to multiply sweet words. And when you wipe that glass, you're going to see clearly and you're going to understand that they still the damn devil. Right? Let's get Zechariah chapter 8 and 22.
This is the book of Zechariah chapter 8 and verse 22.
Come on.
Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Most High, Salakia, shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem and pray, Salakia. I'm going to start that over.
God.
Zechariah 8 and 22. Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem and to pray before the Lord. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you. for we have heard that God is with you.
Hey, you see that? So look, maybe we wrong, right? Maybe we wrong. Maybe there's a time period when everybody gonna come to the Lord and say, you know what, we gonna follow y'all. And maybe that's today, brother. Maybe that's today. Maybe we gonna find a good Edomite today who wanna serve the Lord. Let's jump up in that same chapter to verse 7 and 8.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 8.
Khan. 8 and 7.
Verse 7. These gloves, man. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God.
Hold up. That happens before verse 22.
Yep.
So that means that we got to be gathered. Number one, we got to know who we are. We got to be coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. And we got to be endowed with that spiritual power, right?
That's right.
We got to get the hell up out of Babylon, and we got to be taken back to our land.
Right.
None of that has happened yet and still you trying to join yourself with your enemy. This is why that's not going to work, because you don't have the spiritual power yet, right? You still got secret sins. So you're going to join yourself with your enemy. The Lord got a destruction coming on you, and it's that enemy that you've joined to yourself. And he's going to be your downfall, right? Just as it was throughout the nation of Israel. Go ahead, read verse 8 as well.
Con.
You had a precept after that?
Yeah, con.
Okay, Con.
In truth, that was verse 8. I'm gonna read verse 8 again.
Con.
And I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God, in truth and in righteousness. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, let your hands be strong, ye that hear in these days these words by the mouth of the prophets, which were in that day, that the foundation of the house of the Lord of hosts was laid, that the temple might be built.
You see that? So these are the end times after you've been gathered from the four corners of the earth and brought back to your land. That's when the heathen gonna say, they must be the people of the Lord. They must be the people that these prophecies was talking about, right? So we gotta put everything in its proper context, man. Stop trying to save these other nations.
Right.
All right? Go ahead. All right, go ahead with your precept.
This is just let me backing off this point that the Gentile nations are going to come try to serve the Most High and come with us.
That's right.
This is biblical prophecy. This has to happen, right? This is Isaiah 14, starting from the top. For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. See, the Gentile nations, they're going to cleave to us.
That's
whether
right.
they like it, understand it, believe it or not. Whether they want to or they don't. It's biblical prophecy, man.
That's right.
Right? They either going to come by saying what we just read in Zechariah, hey, man, we want to serve your God because we know the Most High is with y'all.
Right.
Or we're going to be hunters and we're going to go get them.
We're gonna go get them. That's right.
It's one or the other, man.
That's right. Hey, and that's a cut, man, because that's an end time prophecy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Look at the common thread between all this. The Gentiles do not come into the congregation until they are subdued and brought under subjection. That's why the Bible says that anybody who will not serve you, him will I require, or you know what I'm saying? They will be destroyed. I'm gonna get that precept, so I'm not gonna butcher that. But get that, Zechariah 12 and 7. Shalom.
This is the book of Zechariah 12 and verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah.
Hey, check this out. The Lord got to save the tents of Judah first. So if he's going to save the tents of Judah first, he's setting up the standard for the rest of the people. Because remember, it said Genesis 49 and 10, right? It says that to him shall the gathering of the people be. Speaking of Judah, right? So you're going to raise the tents of Judah, then to him shall the gathering of the people be under Hamashiach Yahushua. Go ahead.
Verse 8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of the Lord before them.
Pay attention to what's going on. So the Lord is going to make the weak among you as strong and mighty as David. Every man among you going to be like David. Every man among you going to be like Abner. Every man among you going to be like Joab. Come on, yo. Like, yo, now it don't matter if the heathens want to come and join with you. because you're going to put their ass to death if they do anything funny. Right?
Done.
So this is what the Bible is speaking of, man. We got to understand the context. Why would the Lord put us in a congregation with the heathens who hate us before we have that type of power? We was just standing out here. We said, hey, brother, come listen to us. Brother rolled down the window and said, I'm sorry, with a whole bunch of S's attached to it. Right?
He said, excuse me.
Right. A brother like that gonna be acting like David in the last days.
If he gets his
If
mind
he's
right.
still alive.
Together, yeah.
Right.
If he's still alive. So the Lord, hey, that's why we always say Yahweh is a man of war. Right? He's not playing with you.
That's right.
You may not be a man of war because you don't have the spirit on you yet. But when the Lord put the spirit on you, you're gonna be zero tolerance with these heathens, man.
That's right.
All right? And then it's gonna be okay to let them come worship with you on the sideline, because they're gonna be in order and they're gonna be afraid of you. All right? Go ahead.
I got the precept of what you was paraphrasing.
Yeah, Isaiah 60 and 9. Oh, that's the one you got, right?
And then I got another one.
Okay.
All right. This is Luke chapter 19 and verse 27. But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. That led me back in what the brother was just talking about.
That's right.
The Most High's enemies, Yahweh saying his enemies that won't have him to be their king and will not serve him. He said, hey man, bring them and slay them before him, right? But this is, let me backing off the point from Zechariah and
That's
Isaiah
right.
14.
That's right.
Whether they want to or not, they're going to be gathered up. And I'm going to get that precept real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Behold, I will send for many fishers, and the Lord, Salakia, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes.
Hey, Salakia. So look, Yahweh said that he's going to make you fishers of men. So who you fishing? Notice, when you fishing, you really gentle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gentle with it. Let me go ahead and pull it in. You using a little bit of bait, pull it in. But when you hunting,
going to go get
I
that
don't care if I take the head off. I'm
Right,
good.
right.
Because that was my goal. I'm hunting.
That's right.
Right? So the Lord is showing you a difference. After we done fishing for our people, then it's time to go hunt for the other nations. And they're going to be high.
That's a lot, right? Because there's shows on TV showing these $1 million bunkers that they have.
Right.
They purpose.
They swear they're going to get away from that.
Because they think that their houses are going to abide forever. So
Right.
we know the Most High going to send some nuclear missiles.
That's right.
The other nations going to come against America. We know that, but after that's all over, I'm going to come from under my hole and thrive again.
La'ah.
It said he's going to send us to every hill and under every rock, and we're going to hunt the people, man.
That's right. And it says that they say in their hearts, I will rebuild. But the Lord said, I'm going to throw down.
Right.
Hey, Yahweh not playing.
So then he going to throw down on their bunker.
That's right.
Yeah.
He going to throw it down, man. All right. Go ahead and get that. Isaiah 60.
Come, this is Isaiah 60 and verse 9. Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord thy God, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
Hey, so listen, once again, Isaiah 60, end time prophecy, has not happened yet.
Right.
Because if you look at the so-called Jewish man, their walls not built.
That's right.
So why they in the land with no walls?
That's right.
Matter of fact, the other nations that's around them, that they would say is their enemies, that they would say this verse is talking about, they not building that damn wall for Israel. They not doing that. I promise you.
They still fighting them right now.
They will throw a rock at your ass and hope to hit you in the head, man. That's the closest you're gonna get to a wall being built. But guess what? When Hamashiach Yahushua come back, it ain't gonna be no questions left. They gonna see him. Hey, who is this coming from Basra with dyed garments?
Every knee will bow.
They gonna be like, yo, I don't want nothing with this guy. Yo, they watching the news, they scared.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we gotta be in the spirit and understand exactly what's going on here. Keep reading on that.
Come on, verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night. That men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
Hey, what's the forces of the Gentiles?
Their wealth.
We're gonna take
strength.
That's right. We're gonna take the greatest things from them, and it's gonna be ours now.
Right.
And you know what? We're gonna be like, don't use them jets like that. Don't do that. Park them over there. We're gonna use those to blow up this land, and we're gonna rebuild the whole thing from scratch. Like,
you know, y'all gonna build it up from scratch.
right. But you know, we take the
Yeah.
credit. We take the credit. You know how the supervisor do.
Yeah, right.
Hey, go ahead and do that, and then he go to his boss. Hey, I did that.
We did this. Yeah, yeah.
Right?
He get the raise.
He
Yeah,
get the raise,
nah.
right? And then he
get
put it.
bragging rights
you get
and
laid off.
everything.
Right, you get a couple of points. You know, you can go buy something on the online store.
Yeah, come
Right? So, hey, go ahead with that.
Con.
We're going to read down to 14.
Con. And that their kings may be brought, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
There we go.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Hey, so listen. It's still a qualifying factor yet to be understood about these other nations.
You gotta be destroyed.
Are they going to serve you? See, this is what our people want to skip. Oh, how you going to stop somebody from serving the Lord, brother? This Edomite want to serve the Lord. Why he can't serve the Lord, brother? Okay, well, guess what? Is he willing to serve? Because this verse says if they not willing to serve, then what's going to happen?
They will perish.
They're going to perish. So the whole theology is off, man. Y'all got to back up the timeline a little bit. Y'all moving too fast. None of this stuff has come to pass yet. Go ahead.
The glory of Salakia, verse 13. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious.
Come on.
The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
Ba'ashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Khan. Because listen, I don't want to get in there, but this is the whole point. This is the redemption of Israel. How y'all doing, family? Y'all got 5 minutes? Y'all got 5 minutes to talk about the Bible real quick? 5 minutes.
It's gonna change our life, I promise you. He pulled us
Yeah.
the other way.
Right. He said, all right, go ahead, Adawan.
That's why you gotta
God. It's good that y'all saying that, bringing that out like that, because that tells us that this word ain't for these heathen right now, because they're not doing that.
That's right.
They're not bowing down to us. They're not coming to us nor serving.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? But they think they're in control.
Right.
They believe that they're in control, and we need to be bowing down to them.
That's right.
You understand?
Right.
So that's a good precept that you brought out right there.
Khan. And it's crazy too, Adawan, because listen, they want to join your organization so they can eventually take over.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the only reason. Look at Black Lives Matter. Right? Look at the NAACP.
That's right.
Look at any of these so-called black organizations. Look at the National Black Caucus. Right? All of these organizations where you got prominent black leaders in the so-called black community. What's going on? All right. Hey, we gonna get somebody today. We're gonna keep fishing. Right?
Right.
But all of these so-called black organizations with all these so-called black leaders, you know, and all the money and all the influence that they got, and the reach that they got, and the voice that they got, and the power that they got. Whoopi Goldberg, people like this, right? When they try to open their damn mouth, the white man punch them in the back of their head and say, go sit down. Look at Whoopi, y'all. Look at Nick Cannon. Right? So you join yourself with these people and see if they don't get into your organization and change your organization. Because when you start teaching that they foreparents, the judgment of they foreparents got to be brought upon them, they're going to start crying like Becky did on the video. They're going to start crying. I'm one of the good ones. I don't understand. Right? And we understand through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, it ain't no good ones. God, go ahead.
Didn't that news lady, what's that, Kelly something, tell LeBron just shut up and play basketball?
Shut up and dribble.
Yeah, shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how they do.
The Caucasian.
So which is showing.
That's
Where's
crazy.
it at? Where's it at? Salakia. I believe it's over there. Which is showing that we're nothing but entertainment.
Right. That's what
You're not supposed to be worried about the politics or the well-being of your people. you're supposed to entertain us.
Correct.
In ancient Rome, all these other different places where the Edomites was in rulership, when did the people who were gladiators or mandingos get to talk
have
about
a
the
say
politics?
so in anything?
When? It never happened.
God, they also had zoos set up. Human zoos where our people was in the zoo and everybody would come by and stand by and look at them. That was going on right there.
Hey yo, so y'all need to go watch that Middle Child video by J. Cole, man. Cause look, J. Cole did a video called Middle Child. Now it's a metaphor. I love breaking down lyrics, right?
Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
Look at that.
He's half black and half white. He's the middle child between white and black. He also the middle child in the so-called hip-hop world because he could be considered a veteran, but he not like Jay-Z and Nas.
Right.
But he also not new like NBA Youngboy and all them guys, right? So he's the middle child. In the video though, see in the song, in the lyrics, he's talking about being the middle child of hip hop. In the actual video, he's showing you that white people are killing you in order to take exactly what you do. So he's a black guy in the video. He's in a shopping cart. Somebody's pushing him through the store as if he's an item to be purchased. Right? Now check this out. He's in the shopping cart. They pushing him through the store. You get to the part where they sell the meat at. In the bag of the meat, it's a black woman's face.
Oh my
It's
Lord.
just her face with her baby hairs and all that shit. Salakia. Her baby hairs and all that. Big lips. You know how Eve is.
Yeah.
And the white lady is about to pick it up and she puts it in her cart and walks off. And then earlier in the video, they showed a white woman. They zoomed in on her. She had bigger lips. She had the baby hair shits going on. Because he's telling you that these people are only getting close to you to take the greatest resources from you. And then they're going to displace you. So why you want to worship with them? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why you want to worship with these people? If you follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, that'll be the furthest thing from your mind.
Because the Bible says, set them not by thee.
Right.
Right?
Never trust on
Trust
him.
on him.
That's like that movie Get Out.
Right.
They did the same thing in Get Out.
That's right.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as has afflicted them, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation,
Come on.
so far beyond all that they looked for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we have sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
Come on.
How is he numbered among the children of God?
Whoa. How is he numbered among the children of God? And you know what's crazy is, when we stand out here, our own people will tell us, you're a Gentile. Those white people in Israel, they're the Jews. So guess what? If they're actually the Jews, all of the nations shouldn't even believe that they were the Jews. That's what the Bible teaches. The Bible teaches that the other nations gonna be surprised to find out that you're the children of God.
That's a cut.
That's a cut.
And where are we cleaving to them? We didn't cleave to them yet.
Right. None of that don't make no sense. None of that don't make no
the
sense.
land is desolate still while they over there.
Yo, it's so many ways to cut them, right? And so we gotta come back to this, man. We gotta understand who we are. It's foretold that the nation's not gonna believe that you the people. But guess what? Due to the strangeness of your salvation, when that sky crack, you know what I'm saying? Them chariots come, whatever it may be, whatever happens, they gonna be surprised, man. And they gonna be like, damn, I guess they was right. It's gonna be too late.
Weeping the national teeth, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be weeping
That's
the
what I was
national
about to
teeth.
bring up.
Khan.
Did I bring that out real
Yeah,
quick?
Khan, go ahead, get that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
Come,
right.
come.
Oh yeah, nah, that's
We teaching. Oh yeah.
come through. All praises, all praises.
Nah.
Hey, look.
You know, Jake always say that.
And if he do come back, he got. I think he got a Kappa Alpha side thing on his wrist. So if he do come back, we'll definitely touch him. Nah, he stopped. Right. trying
He might.
Never know.
Let's see, it's a speed bump right there. Don't give too much credit.
This
yet.
brother don't have no faith in Jake. This brother don't got no faith in Jake.
Brother said that's a speed
That's a
bump. Don't
speed
even.
bump,
All right.
All right, this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 19.
Come on.
O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity and things wherein there is no profit. Right? Because we got to go back to that Wisdom of Solomon, man. Let me read that again, that Wisdom of Solomon 5. And this is exactly what's going to happen.
That's right.
Wisdom of Solomon, I'm going to just start at verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he who we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
That's right.
How is he numbered among the children of God and his lot among the saints? Right? Because, hey, damn, these are the people we've been raping, robbing, murdering
Right.
these people all this time.
Right.
How in the world are they the children of God?
Right.
How can they God allow them to do these, to go through these things?
They're gonna be confounded.
How can these niggas, they live in the projects, how can these niggas, and there's gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
That's right. They're gonna be like, you talking about the dude with the his pants is right
All
here?
the way down here, he's a child of God.
Talking about the guy with the tattoos on his face?
But my pants are all the way up here, and I'm not.
Right.
Come on.
I got the pleated khakis on.
Right.
Come on.
Sperry's.
I got the Sperry's on. You know what I'm
The
saying?
wallaby.
With white socks.
White.
Bring it out.
White socks.
I got khaki shorts on in the wintertime.
Looking like Larry Bird. They're all the way up here.
Right. The tube socks at that. All right. So, hey, they're gonna be confounded. But now, to bring a conclusion to the matter and to make it make sense, right? So we know that we in these curses, right? And we're telling you there's a time and place for everything. Ecclesiastes 3:1. But let's read that. Deuteronomy 28 and 41. And we're gonna jump down to 46 to make a point.
Con, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
Now, I read that verse to show you that you in captivity currently. And how long you supposed to be in captivity? Verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Okay, 28. Read that one too. Just to kind of help it out.
God, verse 28. The Lord, Salakia, the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
You're going to be mad, blind. You're going to have astonishment of heart. You're going to be in captivity forever.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point in time, during this dispensation of time, can you be the top nation? Somebody make that make sense. You're in captivity, you're mad, you're blind, and you have astonishment of heart forever. But at the same time, you think it's appropriate to start letting the other nations come in and worship the Most High with you. How do that make sense?
Don't make sense.
Can I at least get my head together first?
You feel me?
Let's start at home, right?
Let me get my credit right before I start co-signing for a call for you.
Right.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
That don't even work in the world.
It don't.
It don't never work.
Right.
I don't got $5 to rub to my name,
I'ma give
but
you
you need $20. So I'm gonna give you $20.
Destruction. That's what it leads to,
Destruction,
right?
and that's what we at. And then we trying to figure out why every time we take one step, what we call forward, which we know is not ever a step forward,
Right.
but they call it one step forward, we take 5 steps back after that. That's why our families and our communities are in worse shape now than after the Reconstruction, man.
Right.
In the 1920s and the 1930s.
Uh.
My grandparents, I can ask my grandma right now, she knew both of her parents. One of them was a slave, but she knew both of her parents. Now, how come I can meet 9 out of 10 brothers now and they don't know both of their parents? My parents don't live in the same house. You see what I'm saying? Now, the conclusion of the matter, let's get Revelation 22 and verse 1. Because there comes a time according to the Bible when these curses will be over. All right? And the Christians, see, this is why Christian theology, they got to do so much. They got to teach that you in a new covenant right now. they got to teach that you're in the new covenant right now, and they also got to teach that all of the prophecies of the Bible was already fulfilled. That's what they have to teach in order to get away from what we're about to say.
That's right.
Go ahead.
God, this is Revelation 22 and verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of Yahweh and of the Lamb.
Come on.
In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month.
Stop right there. So we see an end time vision from John the Revelator. He's in the spirit on the Lord's day, according to what Revelation chapter 1 says. He's speaking, he's meditating, praying, being in the spirit. Mashiach Yahushua shows in a vision, holding 7 stars, walking amongst the golden candlesticks. So he starts saying all these great things about what's going to come to pass. And what we see now is he sees the throne of the Most High God and pure water, which is that pure doctrine, which is finally able to come out into the earth and water the earth.
That's right.
And now you got trees of life on each side of that river, right?
Right.
Now read that. Read the end of that verse.
And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations.
That's for the healing of the nations.
Right.
Stop trying to heal the nations now.
Right.
You can't do it.
The tree ain't even been grown yet.
That's right.
This a future prophecy. You
still-
trying to heal the nations, but you don't even have access to this tree yourself.
Exactly.
You don't even have access to the tree yourself, but you trying to heal the nations. So we got to stop with this, Israel.
Right.
This is madness. All right?
Con.
That's all I got. Shalom.
Hello.